Howdy friends, welcome to Jiles Coriander WyoFile. I have holding in my hands right here, a file of Wyoming from my perspective. That just means art pieces that I've completed in a corner of the area we now call Northwest Wyoming, which is really part of the homeland of the Upsalaga people, the Eastern Shoshone, the Neve, the Tukudeka, Mountain Shoshone, as well as over 20 at least tribes that have current connection to the park we call Yellowstone National Park. A lot of Lakota, the Comanche, Kiowa, the Ute, all people in that area this file is dedicated to. I completed a lot of these in a spiritually rich environment. Oh, also, as you can tell, I'm not from Wyoming and I don't live there now. WyoFile. The Path of Leaf Resistance. I completed this one at a party, actually at night, at one of our parties. Yeah, this one was completed in kind of a social frenzy, and when I completed it, Charlie said, "Okay, Chuck and Peg, we gotta do shape theory after this." Ooh, love this one. In November, I did this one with Olivia at the Art and Info Expo, talking about buffalo. Love this. I had this one up in my room. Boom! Bison matter. Now this one's interesting because radiocarbon dating will show that it actually says something else underneath that. It says bison sex! Exclamation mark. And I was like, this. I had an art night. Hey everyone, this is the one that I did, and it said bison sex. But now it says something a little more prescient. Bison matter. In that kind of street art kind of feel, like street art. Some writing, some word art. Caribou Sleesaw milkshake, buffalo lobster rye, unicorn earthquake. Down by the river, saw my baby. Words. I genuinely don't remember when I did this. I'm surprised by this one. I'm not surprised by it, but I haven't thought of it. Tatanka. Cross, sperm, peace, deliver unto me the path of peace. This is sacred ground. Wyoming, Montana. The buffalo plants seeds, and those seeds grow in sacred earth. There is life, and there is fractals, and there is spinning, and there is energy, and there is soil, and there's connection. There's connection in this art. Pull up Jerry for this one. Okay, this one is when I designed, I'm supposed to do a sunset piece. This was guided. This whole piece was guided, and it was a group art activity, but we did it individually. It was one of those. You know those. And it was at a retreat center. You know those. The one that I lived at, so I walked there, which was pretty cool. This piece means so much to me. You have a stage with speakers, beautiful area, Steal Your Face logo. We have plants growing kind of near to the stage, and then we have row crops also growing a little bit further out. There's a path, and then there's beautiful surroundings. This is a flame and a fire. There's buildings, there's places to live, there's places to be, and then it kind of more crops, stuff, trees, and it goes out into the hillside. These are hills with water courses, trees with grass, with dance. You can see some of the water courses that feed all the regenerative growing. All of the power is from the mother. There's peyote. Yeah, there's cool plants here. This piece is also sacred. That's my God. All right, this one's not that sacred, but it's exciting. It's growing. So this piece, lovely, interesting backstory on this one. One night while in Wyoming, of course, I couldn't sleep, so I snuck out to the living room, borrowed my housemate's oil pastels, put on some Morgan Wallen, and drew this, inspired by cowboy art. And I showed this to my friend Haruka, and she was like, "Who is this? What is going on here?" And I was like, "Oh no, you see it. It's real cowboy art." I'm proud of myself. God is Comanche, Goat, Bighorn, Elderflower, LGLS, Taylor, Al Swift, G87, Bird, Kentucky, Bear, Holly, Ranch, Random, Musculate, X-Girl, Plop, Snurger, Bird, Licious, Alls, Hartman, Jane, Vishni, Bunny, Sacred, Click, Serenize, Semi-Side, River, Eels, Portamera, and Dovel, Grateful. Rate Yen, Finn, Chipnells, Giving, Ashley, Kendalls, McGraw, K-Buck, Philadelphia, California, Protest, La Merlin, Yahweh, Anna, Yard of the Ball, Sister, Latte. God is alive. Sort of more of a conceptual piece there. So this piece is really important to me because it's really influential to I am a poem in the earth. I am an ant. Enter the sacred. God is real and she is beautiful. God, some flowers, some breasts, stars, vines, just classic Wyoming art. Have you praised God today? God is a woman. This I wrote with my left hand. You can just see. I'm glad that I wrote God so well with my left hand. Very Picasso. Librarians are huge cunts. Ne'er a truer statement has ever been stated from my mouth. And this is cunts in like a sick way, like librarians are cunty. Librarians huge are cunts. Ooh, okay, so this commences a series on wildlife that I did, which let me get all of them out. Okay, so I think it's just these 4. So it's a quad of wildlife. It's really fun. So we'll start with this one. You can see all 4 of them. And they're all done with the same color palette. And they all have imagery. So it's a mule deer, and he's getting, it's a buck, he, him, his. Buck is getting blessed by a fist of harmonious, righteous virtue. Bighorn sheep by a river with sacred grass, sweet grass growing by the river. It's probably my favorite animal that I drew in this series, is this one. Not this one. This one's all right, but it's very cartoony. So it's a buffalo with a shield, and buffalo shield in the vines and everything. What I like about this one is the movement. It's like spaghetti. Arms are sweaty. And then pronghorn, and this one's probably my favorite one overall. Pronghorn, 7 council fires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A chacha sa tuwin, a saddle with like a horn and has a piercing. I mean, and I think I kind of nailed the pronghorn look. So all 4 of these, I think I did this one first. I just started drawing animals with symbology, and I had a lot of fun. I'm gonna sneeze. Hey! Oh my God. So here's Jesus. Or no, this is not Jesus. Oh, this is Joseph. Mary. Okay, so I think I did this during Advent. It says Jesus and it says love, but this has to be Jesus. Look at that's definitely Jesus. So we got Joseph and Mary, and then Jesus. So it's a triptych of the Holy Family: stepfather, mother, and son. As I said, I did a lot of this art in a very spiritually rich environment, surrounded by elements of spirituality, of the idea of the quest. When a man and a woman love each other very much, and there's God, but God's not in the image, impregnated the Virgin Mary, who then gave birth, and he was probably there, gave birth really to Jesus, with a beard and lips and beautiful lips and green eyes. And these 3 really go together in Advent, and I'm proud of them. I can't really draw humans very well. Here's another one. I can't really capture the image. This one, I completed this one at a babysitting gig at the local church, where it's like, it was called like Parents' Night Out. So it's like we would take care of the children while the parents went out. And when I say we, I say my 2 housemates who are really gifted with young children, and myself, who is I'm good with them. I wouldn't say it's my calling or my passion, but it was really fun to spend some time with like really little toddlers, just like running around and playing games and stuff, and pizza and salad, and and then at one point my arms went away, like oh my God, where'd my arms go? That kind of game. And I think to kind of smash their expectations of what it means to be a believer, what it means to be a person, I just whipped this out. We got some things I really want to point out. On sacred ground, OSG, in cursive, although it looks like an A. I would, if I would do that again, I'd move the little wing a little bit over. Looks like ASG. As sacred ground. We have a marijuana leaf on Jesus's lapel, because you know them brothers were sparking up fat kush back then. The one thing I don't like about this is how light skinned Jesus looks. He looks too fair skinned. I would certainly make Jesus a little more of the time, you know, what he looked like back then. So some weird kind of bleeding from the purple into the hair, but I like it. I mean, this was up at our garage in Wyoming. Elect Eliza. Long backstory. I was in Eugene, Oregon in the spring of 2024 on my way to visit my friend Eliza in Medford, Oregon. I was in Eugene in the morning taking a walk around Eugene, wonderful walk, and I passed a sign that said Elect Eliza for like school board or something. And I was going to see my friend named Eliza. So Elect Eliza is a funny sort of mantra for Oregon and for when you clash with something that you're not expecting to see. It's like looking for a mango and then all of a sudden you see a mango. I love when that happens. Lick the wine. God is real and she's beautiful. So this piece is a Zentangle and we got given it by our director. There are no instructions. You can just do whatever you want. Lost Sailor. Words are flowing out like empty rain into a paper cup. It concludes this episode of Jiles Coriander's WyoFile. Doo-doo-doo, behind the scenes. So I have the paintings there. And I got my tripod, which is face down on the mat. And then I put my completed pieces over there. So that's a little bit about the behind the scenes of the WyoFile. Now up next, we gotta get through this bad boy of the WyoFile, Jiles Coriander.